What's up, YouTube? This is Carter here with DoubleTroubleDesigns, and I'm going to do a little tutorial today on how to create an orb. But now, in this tutorial, I'm not going to really give you a full-on aspect of this orb right here because it contains some originality of mine, and I don't quite want to give that out to the public yet. But I will give you guys a much simpler version of that, and you can toy with it and maybe try to get it to this, but I don't know. But let's just get started. So, file, new, width is 1920, height 1080, resolution is 72. Let's make the background white. Okay, now I'm just gonna create a quick background here. So, gradient overlay, nice dark gray compared to a nice light gray. Alright, that's looking pretty good. Alright, now in order to make an orb, you of course need a circle. So go down here to the circle ellipse tool and hold in shift and drag, and that's going to create that perfect circle that you so desiringly need. So right there, click off it to get the lines off, and that looks pretty good. Let's center that up. Don't know how to get rulers, just hit Control R and they'll just come up like that. I'm gonna make it centered. Alright, now the first thing is that you want to make the behind layer. So like here, that's the behind layer. That's the behind layer there. So let's work on that for a minute. Now keep in mind this is a completely different orb. That's one of my personal custom ones that I created. So you want to go to drop shadow and set the blend mode to multiply in black. Set the opacity about 65, about 10% less. You want to set the angle to about 90 degrees, and you want to check global light. The distance needs to be around 14 or 15 pixels. The spread, what's that do? No, it doesn't. Nope, no spread whatsoever. And 16 pixels looks good for the size, and then you don't need to mess with this quality down here. No inner shadow. You want to go to outer shadow now. Change the blend mode to normal. Change the opacity to 75%. It should already be there. And then you want to change the color to black. You want the technique to be softer. The spread needs to be 0, and the size needs to be 29 pixels. Looks alright. And nothing down here for the quality. Now the bevel emboss is probably the most important thing about this, so make sure you pay real good attention, even if you have to pause the video to get all these style attributes. So you want to make the style inner bevel. Alright, technique is smooth. Now you want to move the depth into 1000%. The direction needs to be up. The soften needs to be 0%. Angle needs to be, whoops, I skipped over something, my bad. The size needs to be about 30%, 30, 29, whatever you want to do. Recommend the angle to be 90 degrees. The global light needs to be checked, and the altitude should be about 30 degrees. Now the gloss contour, this is a pretty important part too. You want to go down here to this contour that looks like steps, and they're kind of rounded. So you want to go to highlight mode. Click normal for both highlight and shadow mode, and then you want to change both of these to black, just like that, and keep the opacity the same. And now that's all you need to do to create that epic outer layer. So now you have a nice contrast between white and nice white, gray, and black as an outer rim. And now the next part is to get to the inners. So like that nice green around there. But I have some other ideas for you guys. So now you want to grab your Ellipse tool again and drag out a circle that you think might fit in there. Okay, and then I'm gonna change the color of it real quick so I can tell it from the white. Red looks good. And then I'll just rasterize the layer. I forgot to rasterize the other one, but it doesn't really matter. Okay. Now, as you can see, it's pretty small. The circle that I just created is pretty small. So you want to go to Free Transform, hold Shift and Alt. Shift will keep the proportion in place, and Alt will keep it in the same exact spot. So just bring it out enough to fill those edges. Bring it back a little bit. That looks pretty good right there. Alright, so I usually don't like to use a solid color in such a complex orb. So I'm going to recommend this style to you. This is called, I forget what I called it, but this style right here is pretty nice. It's got the nice grainy pattern, and I would love to go over the stuff with you guys, but there's like, everything has changed in here, and it's really tough. So I'm just going to give you the style link in the description, and then once you download it, good, you can open the file, and then click on the layer, and just click New Style, okay, New Style, and save it, whatever, and then you can come here and click on it just like I did before, and it'll be right there. So now that you guys have the style in there, that everything's nice and tidy and looks pretty sweet, you're gonna wanna hit Control J, which is to duplicate the layer, and hit Edit, Free Transform, Shift and Alt, hold Shift and Alt and transform, and it sort of bring it down pretty nicely, pretty proportionally. Right there, looks pretty good. Now you can do it a lot more, but I prefer not to. I only like to have a layer, so just bring that out like that. No style, and you want to go to Gradient Overlay, and let's do a nice red for this one. So you want to get like a nice dark red for there, and a lighter red up there. There we go. You want to add a stroke of 1. It's not going to mean much, but it makes it look more professional. Maybe a little bevel and emboss. Change the depth. Change the size to about 10. Change the depth to about 300 pixels. And really don't need to change the gloss contour because you can't see it. No need for drop shadow, so just move on. Now, as you can see, you take these 3 layers, you clearly have a nice little orb there, and it sure does look nice. Now, let's see here. Just some tips to make it even look a little bit better. I know I'm running out of time here on my video. You can come down here and make like a little thing like that, and zoom back out and line it perfectly right in between that line, and then you can get some nice colors. I was going to use one of my styles here, but you can certainly do whatever you want, and then make a right triangle like this with everyone. If you guys didn't know, you can use the arrow keys to position stuff. Like a lot of times the mouse isn't that precise, and you need more precision. Just use the arrow keys, and they're a lot more precise and quicker, instead of zooming in really far and doing a bunch of stuff just to get it perfectly aligned with something else. And then you can go all the way around. So let me just get this top here. There you go, just like that. Line it up with that precision. And then I'm gonna take all these and right click, duplicate layers, okay, and then edit, edit, transform horizontal, the easy 90-degree flip, and then you can just move it right on top of it. Maybe not. Okay, and then you delete the top two ones. Delete that one and delete that one. And there you go. And then it looks like it's embedded into something. You guys can use it for anything. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If this tutorial helped you out, please give it a like and a favorite. I will include this style in the description, so make sure you download it so you can make a pretty nice thing. You can also alter the colors in it if you don't like that green. If you don't like that dark stuff, you can alter the colors in it to make it look quite nice. So also I have this general PSD file in the description, so that if you ever need help with it, you can just come here and check it out. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace out.